Okay, this is a video on how to replace an old fluorescent T5 fixture with two ballasts. It's an old school one that uses a lot of energy and is expensive to replace the ballasts, and then you can't even hardly buy fluorescents anymore. So they're expensive. So I'm replacing it with a smaller integrated LED fixture. It's very simple to install. Here's some of the tools. I always use two detectors to make sure the power's off. And then I've got 3 screwdrivers, a pair of lineman pliers, which are really helpful. And then wire strippers, needle nose pliers, screw gun, and some electrical tape. And then this is for the Romex that we're going to be pulling through the LED housing from the wall, basically. So let's get started. So basically, I open this up. They give you screws, but I never use their screws because they don't work very well, and these are too long because I'm going into the bottom of the cabinet, so I need shorter screws, and I buy better quality screws, so I'll throw those away. They also have these connectors, which are fine. We can go ahead and use them. I usually use wire nuts, but these are okay also because they're inside a fixture. They're fine. I don't prefer them. So basically, first things first, make sure the power's off. I always use 2 testers because I'm paranoid. And I've had problems in the past with people telling me that the power's off when it's not. So I never trust when someone tells you the power's off. Always test yourself. I use 2 just to make sure if one's acting weird, the battery's low. I have a second one that I know works. So I test that, it's off. If there's a switch somewhere, make sure you put tape over it so no one flips the switch while you're trying to do the work. So anyway, here's the box. I bought this at Home Depot. Commercial electric, it's a good brand. So basically, you need to figure out where the wire is coming through. So it's coming through the back. So it's going to be positioned like this. So I need to bust this out and then put this this little non-metallic connector in here that protects the Romex from getting cut going through this metal housing. So you basically, this is what these look like when they're solid. You just take a screwdriver and you punch one side to get it to bend, and you can come on the inside. I don't know if you can see that, but you come in on the inside where it's bent, and if you rock metal long enough, it'll break on you. So you basically just twist it and break it off so you have a hole there. And you take this from the outside, and it's basically shaped like that on the inside, so you push it into place like that. So it looks like that when you're done. And you take this. I could probably just close this up temporarily. This just clicks off of the housing, basically. Pretty simple setup. That's how it looks when it's put together. So basically that's where we're going through. So pull it off the line. And just tested it. So the black should be, and it's almost always the hot wire, but I tested it, and this is for sure the hot leg, the hot conductor. So you push these through. inside. So now I just need to secure it into place. So I got my screw gun, and if you have Makita is what I use, but put it on one instead of two because it's slower and it's just easier to use when you're just putting short screws in. So we got some short screws. These are 1/2 inch screws. These I'm going into the bottom of the cabinet, which is 3/4 inch material, and I want them screws punching through the inside of the cabinet. So 1/2 inch screws, and I'm going to attach it permanently to the underside of the cabinet. And I should probably mention this, you probably want to hold it away from the wall just a little bit so you can put the cover on without fighting with the wall. So I just held it off the wall just a hair. Watch your head. So basically, I've got a hot wire coming from the new fixture, got a neutral wire, I've got a ground. And then I've got my Romex, or a non-metallic cable coming out of the wall, which I've got the black wire, which is the hot wire, got a neutral, and I got a ground. Basically, it's just plug and play. So these are kind of nice. I mean, you basically just push them into place. I'm going to strip this again, so it's a nice, this is the old connection, so I'm going to strip this so it's nice and clean. And the neutral conductor, looks like the old section. And then basically push this in the only hole that's available. And the next one, neutral goes in, and the green is always the ground. Push that in there. And I do something that it's not code, but because I'm paranoid, like you said earlier, I do like to wrap these with a little bit of electrical tape, just because you can. It doesn't take much time, and if something gets pulled, it helps to hold them together, and just for peace of mind, I guess. So basically, push these back up into the housing. And this clicks up in place. And that's it. It's that simple. It really is. Again, for that pushing connector, this is what you want to get. Home Depot sells it. Non-metallic, 3/8 inch for a 1/2 inch knockout, which is KO pushing connector. This had 5 in it, and they're really handy. You can push the Romex through them, and then strippers. I like Milwaukee. I use these. Pair of alignment pliers. A couple of testers. I carry 3 screwdrivers, 2 Phillips and Phillips and 2 regulars, needle nose pliers, electrical tape and screw gun. That's it. Thanks for watching.